welcome back to my channel and to the first video of Wedding Wednesday. So I'm getting this blue couch that I'm so obsessed with. It was like my something blue, and I was like, I'm gonna film the whole Wedding Wednesday series from this couch. It's gonna be perfect. The couch is not in yet, so I was like, I can't film a video from this couch, but I was like, I'm gonna start this series. So I'm just gonna do an introductory video. I'm kind of gonna talk about the things I've learned so far planning this wedding and what you're gonna expect in the Wedding Wednesday series. And I'll ask you guys for some questions at the end for you to comment below, because I'm gonna do a Q&A on one of my Wedding Wednesday videos too. So let's begin. So first off, if you're a bride watching this, congratulations to you. If you're not a bride, doesn't everybody love a wedding all their whole lives? I, for one, I wasn't that little girl that was like fairy tale princess weddings, but I was always like into weddings. Like just the wedding, not so much the groom until later in life, but I used to get bridal magazines and like wedding books and stuff and just look at these beautiful weddings and just like love them. So I get the obsession with weddings because I've always had it myself. So if you are just starting planning a wedding, or if you're like me and you're 2.5 months away from your wedding, I'm going to tell you the number one thing that I have learned. This is just going to be a chatty, what I've learned so far, Wedding Wednesday video. Let go of expectations. I think that in weddings and in real life, expectations can completely crush your dreams. So if you have these ideas in your head about how things are going to go ahead and put them in a nice little box, wrap them up with a blue bow, and set them aside. Because if you can just look at this as a time that is joyful and awesome, and I don't even know what to expect, and I'm just so excited to be in this time, it's going to be awesome. If you celebrate your love, and if you're excited, and if you're joyful. But if you're like, I expect this person to throw me a couple shower, and then you don't get a couple shower, how are you going to feel? Or if you expect your mother to react to a dress a certain way when you walk out, how are you going to feel when she makes this face? I mean, I think I like it. You're going to feel so much more joy and excitement and love through this wedding planning process than you would if you've already got it all planned out in your head. Another thing that I got real caught up in the beginning that I feel like I just need to let go of was trying to figure out the theme. So you don't need to figure out your theme, I feel like, in the very beginning of your wedding. Maybe you're a bride that like needs to have things figured out from the very beginning and you can't plan. But for me, I'm telling you my own personal experience, I got really caught up on what is the theme of my wedding. And what I've learned now that I'm 2 months from when my wedding is, the theme emerged. I picked little things that I liked. I picked the save the date that I liked. I picked the invitation that I liked. I picked the flowers that I liked. I picked this and all these different things. And the theme of my wedding emerged from the things that I chose that I loved. Whenever I first started to think of a theme, I felt like I was limiting myself with certain things. Like, oh, well, this doesn't go with my theme, so I can't do what I really want on this invitation. This doesn't go with my theme, so I can't actually put that in the flowers because I'm trying to do a glam chic white wedding theme, or because I'm trying to do a French country theme, or because I'm trying to do a rustic bride theme. Like, just if you are a person that can kind of let that go, like let your theme emerge and like your wedding be its own thing and not have to put everything like in a box. Another thing that I have learned, and I wish that before I filmed Say Yes to the Dress and went wedding dress shopping, I had come with pictures. So the wedding dress shopping process is a bit overwhelming. I would say it's 10 times more overwhelming when you're being filmed for television show. So I did Say Yes to the Dress back in November, maybe September, and when you walk into the store and you've got all of these options, you can get totally overwhelmed and your dress can just happen upon you. Sometimes that works out, but in my case, I felt like I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't try on enough styles. I really it went haywire. So it was a great experience and it was really fun, and now I've ended up with a dress that I absolutely adore. But I would say definitely try on as many dresses as you can try on. Try on all the styles. Like try on 100 dresses. Do not feel bad about asking them to pull you 10 more dresses. I kind of was like, oh gosh, I can only try on this many dresses because on the show you can only try on a certain amount of dresses. And I wish that I'd come in there with some pictures of this is what I think I like. At least so that I could walk in and I could say, okay, I actually don't like that. Now we can look at other things. Because then even if you end up with the dress that you love, you're like, but was that what I wanted? Or I didn't try on a mermaid style, or I didn't try on a ball gown style, or whatever the style is that you didn't try on. So definitely clip some pictures, do a Pinterest page or something. Get ideas in your head of what you like and what you don't like, because that helps the people that are pulling the dresses help you to find your beautiful, awesome dress. Also, I learned this in Miss Kentucky, and I carried this into trying on wedding dresses. So, yes, opinions matter. Of course they do. And as you get older and as you realize the things that are important in life and not important, you're able to take people's opinions and take them in and still make your own opinion. Sometimes whenever I was younger and I wasn't so good at that, people's opinions truly affected the choices and decisions that I made in my life and in important things like a wedding or a pageant dress or a prom dress or whatever kind of thing I was picking out. But you have to get the things that you like, because everybody in the world has a different opinion. And remember that this is your day, and yes, other people's opinions matter, but you have to make the decision that makes you happy. Don't second guess because of someone else's opinion. Yes, if you have a V down to your belly button and your mom's a little bit concerned about your wedding being in the front of the church, maybe that's something to kind of consider. And if you feel awesome in a dress, you get that dress and just realize, that's that person's opinion, but I feel great in this dress. Make that decision and move forward. My poor sister. I saw my sister go back and forth with her opinion of her dress, and she wanted to change all these things. And it really put a damper on part of her wedding because she was so stressed about this, and it ended up working out perfectly. But I say, make your decision and try not to look back. Make that gut decision and then move forward. And listen to other people's opinions and celebrate the trying on process with a bunch of people, but get the dress that you love. Okay, next, bridesmaid dresses. So how many groups of friends do you have in your life? So many groups of friends. If you're like me and you have a humongous family, you don't even have many spots for friends. But I think a lot of people hem and haw over, do I go with the friends that were my friends and my close friends growing up through grade school and high school, or do I go with my college friends? Or do I go with the people that I became friends with later in life, depending on when you're getting married? And how I made my decision? So I had family members. I had Kyle's sister, my sister Jade, my cousin Thea. Those were 3 spots already taken. I knew I wanted 6 bridesmaids. I didn't want to have 10, but I like it when people have 10. I like when people have 2. Whatever floats your boat. So I went with the decision to do the friends that I'm friends with now, because I feel like those are the friends that I'm going to continue being friends with. So if I haven't talked to somebody for 6 years, but I was friends with them for several years, if I haven't talked to them for 6, I'm wondering if I'm not going to talk to them for the next 6. And the people that I wanted around me, doing all my wedding stuff, were the people that I was friends with now. So I went with Alex, of course, Alex and I haven't been friends but a couple of years. And Sean and I have only been friends for, I guess it's been almost 4, so that's a while. And then I went with one of my kind of throwback friends, Alden. She was my college roommate, and I just adore her, and she's just that friend that's always been there. So whatever your opinion is, if you're a person that's going to go with friends that you've been friends with forever, or if you're going to go with friends now, there's no wrong answer, but make your decision and just celebrate it. You worry about the people that you don't pick, are they going to be upset, and are they going to be don't worry yourself with those thoughts, and just celebrate with those bridesmaids that you picked, and the ones that you pick are the right ones, and that's what's meant to be. So bridesmaids dresses, I'm sorry, but bridesmaids dresses, why has this industry not been revamped? Bridesmaids dresses they're not that cute. Are they cute? Is it just me that's ugh? So start looking for bridesmaids dresses as soon as you get engaged because the options are limited. Go in, feel the fabric, look at the tops because bridesmaids dresses tend to be made kind of cheaply. So you go in and you see if you can get your hands on bridesmaids dresses. And here is my suggestion if you hate bridesmaids dresses like me. Like I'm getting mine custom made by a dress designer that I love and adore, Olia Zavazina. So I kind of got to go around this process. But if you hate bridesmaids dresses and if your bridesmaids are like, oh, why I gotta wear that, whatever, just have them pick like beautiful formal gowns off a Shopbop or a Revolve or like Dillard's. Like there are long gowns that you can mix and match or do all black on so many different websites. You don't have to go through a bridesmaid website or company or Bella Bridesmaids. Like get creative with the bridesmaid dress process. Another thing that I made a mistake on that I don't want you to make the same mistake, get your hair and makeup people early. I am a procrastinator. I'm trying to get better at being a procrastinator, but it's just innately, I'm always doing other things and I'll wait until the last minute. I work well under pressure, but I kind of missed out on this one because I really wanted my friend Jess to do my wedding, and by the time I asked her, it was like 3 months out and she was already booked. And then, you know, I'm asking a different group or whatever and they'll be fine, but it's the one that I wanted, I didn't get to get because I waited too long. So beauty and glam is my thing. That's something that I really should have looked into getting early on. Things you're gonna wanna do early on, obviously, are your venue. Even like a priest or a preacher, whoever's marrying you, sometimes those are things that people don't think of until the end, and that's actually a really important thing. Like kind of get that nailed down in the beginning. Dates obviously are a really important thing to do in the beginning, but I'm just mentioning the hair and makeup thing because that's a thing that I did wrong that I want to bring to your attention, because those people do book up, especially if you live in a big city like I do, like Nashville. So yeah, so that definitely, like, get on the ball with that glam. Okay, so now let's talk about why I think weddings are stressful. Don't you hate to hear the word budget? Because I hate that word. Like, I wish that there was an unlimited fund somewhere for weddings and you didn't even have to worry about money, because what a joy it would be to plan a wedding and not have to worry about that. Because a lot of the stress comes from people getting their feelings hurt and you worrying about that, and budget and money. And in the beginning, I decided to change my mindset. And I looked at it as, how awesome is it that my parents are giving me this amount of money? If your parents are paying for your wedding, or if the groom's parents are paying for a wedding, or if you're paying for your own wedding, that is awesome. And you look at your budget and you look at that as an awesome thing. This is the amount of money I'm able to set aside for my wedding, and this is awesome. And I'm gonna do great things within this budget. Don't look at it as, oh, like if I only had $50,000 more dollars, if I only had $100,000 more dollars, if I only had $2,000 more dollars. You know, little things I've learned. Let go of those little things, because have you been to a wedding where you remember if something was slate or robin's egg blue? I don't remember if the napkin was slate or robin's egg blue. You know what I do remember though? A bride having fun. A couple that looks at each other like they love each other. Like a dad and a daughter dance that's so funny. Or a slideshow. Or a macaroon tower. Like those quirky, fun, human things. The macaroons are not a human thing, but to me, they are a human thing. Those things are the things that make a wedding a memorable wedding to me, and not those teeny tiny details. So don't go blowing your budget on some crazy little teeny tiny thing that nobody's probably even gonna remember, because put that money in something else and don't look back. And lastly, before I close this video, I just wanted to kind of generally talk about the wedding planning process that I've been in, and kind of introduce some of the ideas that you're going to see in this series. And I think the number one most important thing in planning a wedding, and that I hope you get out of this series as I go through individual videos on choosing your dresses or choosing your venues or how to choose an invitation, all these things. This is a celebration. It is a celebration of love, of your life, of the fact that you're starting a new chapter in your life, of the fact that like someone loves you enough to want to live in the same house with you forever. celebrate this and look at this as a celebration of love and something that is full of joy and happiness. And anytime you feel stressed, I'm not saying that I don't wake up some mornings and I feel stress and heart palpitations and, oh my gosh, does this person think this? Of course I do. But I take those thoughts and I put them where they're supposed to be. Let go of all those things and just look at this as a positive, incredible moment in time. And I swear that'll change things for you. So when those stresses come along, or when somebody says something to you, or when your mother-in-law or your mom or your sister has said something that just made you feel like, oh, why you say that to me? Take it with a grain of salt and go right back to joy and celebrate this incredible thing that's happening. And that's what I want this whole series to be about is, yes, you got to get these things planned, and there are things that you have to do and tasks that you have to do and budgets that you have to align and all this stuff. I'm going to help you with that in this series. But what I want to emerge more than anything is that this is a celebration of love, and it is an awesome, fun, incredible thing. So this is going to be an awesome series. I'm sorry that this is just like a makeshift chatty video. The videos are going to be organized and from a different setting, but I know you guys can see through that, and we're just talking about weddings, and it's just so fun that we just get so chatty. So I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I want you guys, if you are a bride, or if you're a bride that has been, or if you're a bride that will be, comment your questions below, or comment your wedding experience. If you have something that, I've already gotten married and I wish that someone would have told me this, tell me all those things. Tell me all those things and ask me all the questions. I think my next video, I'm going to do a Q&A, possibly with Kyle too. So you guys ask me your questions and get real excited for Wedding Wednesdays. Thanks for watching.